Hey guys, welcome to M&M IELTS. Today's video is about most helpful idioms that you can use in your IELTS test for a perfect score. Now, whenever we communicate in any language, whether it is English or any other language that you might be using when you talk to your family or friends, there are situations when you use idioms, proverbs, and some phrases that describe that situation. When you use those idioms, it reflects that how good understanding you hold for that specific language. So let's say if I'm talking to someone, if I'm talking to maybe my IELTS invigilator, or if I'm just having a normal day-to-day conversation, and we are having a conversation where I'm trying to say that we've done one thing, we've done something wherein we've achieved two results because of that one task that we did. All right. So let's say I'm saying that I like doing yoga or I like doing exercise. So what are the two different results that I might have achieved? That it helps me keep fit, and it helps me stay away from diseases, or it just keeps my mental health fit as well along with my physical health. So I'm hitting two birds with one stone. So the moment I describe this situation and I say that it's like hitting two birds with one stone, what does that mean? That you're achieving two results with one action that you've taken. Now, while communicating, when you use relevant idioms while communicating, that explains that your understanding of that language is great and it helps you to get a better score. So I will be sharing a few idioms today that you can use in your IELTS test. It will help you get a better score. Let's see what they are. The first one is very easy to understand. Break the ice. It means to start any conversation. It can be any interview, it can be any conversation with any friend, any relative, anyone. And if you want to break the ice, or if you're asked to break the ice, that means you're asked to start the conversation, the easy conversation, so that there is some relation that starts and then you can continue the conversation. So that is break the ice. Next is go the extra mile. Now, go the extra mile literally doesn't mean that you have to travel that distance. Go the extra mile means you're doing something extra, some extra work for achieving something, for achieving some result. So doing something extraordinary, out of the box, doing something extra so that it helps you get some results. So that is what is go to extra mile. Next is ignorance is bliss. Now, bliss is kind of blessing, and ignorance means sometimes you got to ignore. There is no need to react in every situation that happens around you. Sometimes there are situations in life wherein what you should be doing is simply keeping quiet and learning from that phase, and not reacting all the time, and simply responding when the correct time comes. So ignorance is bliss means sometimes there are situations in life wherein if you simply ignore and keep calm and composed and don't talk too much about that situation, that just helps to tackle with that challenge or situation in an easy way. Next is pull someone's leg. This again doesn't literally mean that you're pulling someone's leg physically, but what this means is that you're trying to have a very light conversation, or maybe you're trying to have a joke with someone, and when you're having a joke with some individual, that's what it means pulling that person's leg. Next is beat around the bush. Beat around the bush means, what are bushes? Bushes are those plants, if you have seen in parks and gardens, there is always a fencing with some sort of a green plant. Those are called bushes, small plants, they're called bushes. Now, beat around the bushes means you're hiding around the bushes. Like for example, if there is a rabbit in the park, what will the rabbit do? The rabbit, if you're chasing the rabbit will hide behind the bush. So what is the rabbit doing? To avoid that situation, to avoid that someone might catch that rabbit, it is hiding behind that bush. So from this situation, I can explain you what beat around the bush means. Beat around the bush means you are trying to ignore, or you're trying to not pay attention to what is important, and you are just talking about other things that are surrounding it, which are not important. Important part is getting ignored, and you're not focusing on the important part, is what it means, beating around the bush. Next is to put all your eggs in one basket. What does that mean? It simply means that you're just mastering one skill in life, or you're only focusing on one thing in life. Now, there is nothing wrong in being a perfectionist, or giving your 100% to only one thing in life. But sometimes, like investment, it is important to do some investments in life, to have some savings in different places, to have some other investments, maybe a house or maybe a land, etc., etc., right? Now, the reason we say that is because we want to make sure that we secure our future, we have some planning in life. If we just focus on one thing in life and don't do anything else, what if that plan doesn't work out? That's what it means to put all your eggs in one basket. So you're completely relying on one job that you have. You may be doing a job and you're only dependent on that job, and you have no other plans in life to have a source of income or to have a better future. What happens is, what if you lose that job? And then you're like, what do I do now? So what does this literally mean, to put all your eggs in one basket? If you put 10 eggs in one basket, you have only 10 eggs, and if you drop that basket, all your eggs are gone. That means you're left with nothing, right? Whatever you had is all gone. That is what it means. So we have to understand that if we are discussing any situation in life wherein we are trying to say that you should have a plan B, you should have a backup in life, that's when this phrase, this idiom can be used. Next is the cat's out of the bag. The cat's out of the bag means that the secret has been revealed. The secret's out now. So that is when you can use this phrase. Next is, it's a piece of cake. Now, cake, if you eat cake, it is soft, it is delicate. It is so easy to eat a piece of cake. You don't have to work hard, or you don't have to put any effort. That is what it means. It's a piece of a cake means it is very easy, it is simple, and it requires no efforts. Next is full of beans. Full of beans, it means full of energy. If you've seen a plant of beans, the white beans, yellow beans, when that plant is at its peak, it gives a lot of fruits. So that is where it came from. So for example, young kids, children, when they are young, when they are at their peak, that is the age when they have maximum energy. So that age they have a lot of energy. So we can say teenagers these days are full of beans. That means they're full of energy. They have a lot of energy. They want to do 10 different activities so that their energy gets used in the right place, which is absolutely right. So that is when you can use full of beans. Next is spill the beans. Spill the beans means spilling the secret out, revealing the secret out. So whenever you want to describe a case, a situation where you want to insist someone that can you share the secret, you can say that, do you mind spilling this bean out? That's what you're trying to say. Spill the beans out. That means spill the secret out, reveal the secret, share the secret. Next is once in a blue moon. You might have heard this several times and you might have used it as well. Once in a blue moon means once in a while, once in a few weeks, maybe few months. So once in a while, whenever you want to say once in a while, you can say once in a blue moon, something little different than once in a while, but means the same. Next is under the weather. If you ever want to make a sick call, let's say at your workplace, you can say I am under the weather, which means you're feeling sick. You are not feeling 100%, you're not feeling well, and that's why you want to call sick. Or any other situation where you want to share that you're not feeling well. That's when you can use this idiom. Bite the bullet. Now, what does bite the bullet means? Bullet is very hard, right? If you try to bite it, you will not be able to bite it. It's tough, it's challenging. So which means you're facing a challenging situation. That's what bite the bullet means. To face a tough situation, to face a challenging situation. That is what the meaning of bite the bullet is. Next is it costs an arm and a leg. Now your arm, your leg, they are priceless to you. So something that is priceless to you, expensive, very expensive. So let's say you want to describe about your Europe trip. So if somebody is asking you, how was your Europe trip? Or if you're planning a Europe trip, you'll be like, it will cost me an arm and a leg, which means it will be a very expensive trip. That's what you're trying to say. And you can use this phrase over there. Next is call it a day. Call it a day means when you want to end the day, when you want to end that conversation, end that task over there, and you're like, goodbye. When you want to say goodbye to anything that's happening right now, that's you're something that you're dealing with, maybe work, and you want to say that, okay, done, goodbye, let's see you tomorrow. That's when you can use this, call it a day. So these idioms, when you use them, they are very different to the normal words that we use. For example, the last one, instead of saying bye, you say call it a day. When you use these phrases and idioms, it definitely shows that you have a very sound knowledge of that language, and it is always recommended to use them while communicating English, and it will definitely help you get a better score. With that, I'll take your leave and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.